Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of GuitarGuts podcast with me, Mark Murray. Today, my guest is my friend Cody Carlisle. He's actually a close personal friend of mine, and we did the podcast in person right here in the jam room. It was a ton of fun. He busted out the acoustic guitar, did a couple cover songs. He showed off a collection of some of his awesome guitars, including this SG right here, 24-fret Gibson SG. Super sweet. We talk about how he got his start with music. He grew up in Florida and then moved around a couple times, and funny story how he first got his guitar. He talks about in the late 80s into the early 90s what it was like when grunge started appearing on the scene, and finally some kind of music spoke to him. So he actually busts out the acoustic on this podcast and starts jamming some songs away. We sing along. It was super fun. We were drinking beers the whole time, so it's a great episode. You guys might not know who he is, but if you follow me on Instagram, you definitely have seen him in some of my Metallica covers, or like when I have parties at my house and we do the videos. He's jamming right alongside me a lot of times, so you could follow him on Instagram. What a great name this is. Chicwitadic. Look down in the description below if you want a spelling. It's spelled kind of weird. Remember, you could always follow me at GuitarGuts. If you want to email me, mark@guitarguts.com. And always remember, if you want to get the show, audio version is available on Stitcher and iTunes, and the video version is available on YouTube. So all that's available at guitarguts.com under the podcast link. I got all the links to everything, including the guests' information. All right, before we get into the episode, guys, I want to have you guys check out my sponsor, Iron Age Guitar Accessories. So if you go over to guitarguts.com, you'll see a banner right at the top of the page, and it's a link to Iron Age Guitar Accessories website with kill switches. That sounds awesome. You might not even know what a kill switch is, but just hearing it, you're like, what is this? I want one. All right, guys, so this is my Charvel, all custom, and you can see that red glowing ring right there. That's the kill switch. Check it out. So what this thing is actually doing is it's muting out your signal every time you press the button. You can hold it down, hit it rapidly, they make some that are all black. They make some, obviously, with the chrome, the gold, any color hardware you have. They make them to match your guitars. And they also make them with all different color LEDs. So check them out. Iron Age Guitar Accessories. Go over to guitarguts.com right at the top of the page, and you're going to see the banner. Click that GG-10 at checkout. Enter GG-10, and you're going to get 10% off. Sure. What's up, guys? So welcome to the podcast. Cody.
We're started. Holy smokes.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, welcome to the show. People who've been on my Instagram, you know Cody, at Chicwitadic. Great username. It's actually...
That's me.
Chicwitadic.
Yeah.
But,
the actual chick was taken, so...
I can't believe that. What a highly desired username.
I actually, about a year ago, because people were giving me shit about it, I deleted it for about 35 seconds. And then I got, instant, oh no, somebody's gonna steal it, so I re-added it.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because I've had the thing for 5 years now, you know?
Yeah, well, we need to get some guitar videos on there, man.
I will.
This guy's a human jukebox. He was just jamming for the last half an hour or something like that, playing all these awesome 90s songs, Hootie and the Blowfish, and...
Yeah, Sister Hazel, Hootie, you know, all those 90 bands. That's what I grew up on, you know?
That's so cool.
All that Green Day acoustic stuff and live and Pumpkin, all that crap. But it is what it is, man.
Yeah. I want to start off with one of your guitars, actually.
Oh.
Dude, that gold Strat, your newest one?
The newest edition.
The 60th anniversary model?
Do I just walk over and grab it?
Yeah, grab it. I think you're Michael Reach.
I think we're good here.
Yeah, I think so. Got a few feet.
Let's see.
Cody picks up a new guitar, it seems like every month or two now.
Nah, man.
It's contagious. Cody lives with me. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I think the art of collecting guitars is contagious because you came in with, 6, and now you got 10.
I don't know. I mean, I don't even know how many I have. Honestly, I don't even.
That's what they all say.
Yeah,
I don't know either.
Well, you can't keep count.
I literally have a list on my phone.
But this is the newest edition, but hard work pays off. So you bust your ass at work, you reward yourself with toys. So that's what you do. But first American Strat ever. Usually you kind of go a little bit less and get the Mexican, do your thing. But 60th anniversary, I saw it. First day it became available, so I knew somebody was going to swoop it, so I said, screw it, and paid a lot more than I wanted to. But, now you got pretty much a one-of-a-kind, really unique guitar, and plays like a dream, sounds like a dream, and I'm in love with it.
It's such a weird guitar. The colors on it are so strange together, and then we were looking online, and you said that you saw that pick guard came from another 60th anniversary Strat.
I think so, because this is Aztec Gold or something like that, they call it. Haven't done much research into it other than I love the way it looked. I do believe it came white with this pick guard and then gold with like a white pick guard. And I think whoever had this flip-flopped them. So it's kind of just this really unique looking guitar. Sounds amazing, plays amazing. It's perfect. But every guitar player needs at least, the OG original Strat, Strat, Tele, Les Paul, something like that. But
yeah.
You need to get. But a bunch of cool songs. Like you said, I've been David Gilmoring out lately. Like, never play with reverb, never play with delay. I'm a very big straight up fuzz guy. Like, just no effects other than just like a nasty distorted fuzz tone. Since I got this, all I've been doing is playing with a shit ton of reverb and a bunch of delays. So.
It's so funny how when you get a new guitar, if it's a different style, it totally makes you play that style. Yeah. Like I played I think it was Ari left his Strat over here for a while, or his Les Paul. I picked it up and immediately just started doing blues. I wasn't sweeping, I wasn't shredding, I was like full on blues. And it felt good. Yeah. It just comes out. It
is, the guitar, there's something about picking up different guitars with different action, different gauge, even a different pick will make you play different. And if you're in a rut, this is what I do, is if I'm ever like, haven't played in 2 weeks, or if I haven't come up with anything original, if I feel like whatever, you just put down whatever you're playing, pick up something totally freaking different, and next thing you know, just ideas will just start coming out. Like it's really weird how the guitar is like that. Like you can just, you're playing this for a month straight, and you kind of, your sponge is dry. You just grab something else, and the different tones and the different feel you can get. It's fun.
Have you ever had a Strat before? I remember you said your first guitar was like a Squire Strat.
My first guitar is the basic that everybody ever gets.
Black and white
Strat.
Me too.
Squire Strat. Mm-hmm. It wasn't my first guitar. It was the first guitar that I bought with my own money, like $125, or I don't even, maybe it was $200. Like you're talking like 1997 or 98. I don't even remember.
Yeah, I think they were more like $170 back then.
But my first guitar I ever had, I don't even know the brand of it, but I just know that it was some Japanese-made old 1960s, had a massive headstock, played like shit, had all these kind of like just controls all over it with whatever. Maybe it was like a kind of like a Jazzmaster style. It was an offset, and I got it as a Christmas present. They tricked me, and then long story short, but I got it with this like coiled.
Like a vintage cable?
Vintage cable out of a Kalamazoo amp. I don't know if anybody knows what a Kalamazoo amp, but it had tremolo. Yeah, tremolo. I don't know how people say it, but I say tremolo. But you hit it, go blah, 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 like all like weird stuff. But I had a metal bass songbook. Just showed pictures of chords. I didn't know how to tune. I had nobody to teach me.
Did you ask for a guitar?
I asked for a guitar, and these people, it was like a church thing. Like, they made me feel like I did something wrong, like, because I was a bad kid. And you have to go to, like, apologize to these people for being rude at church. And then when I showed up to their house, they'd, like, hand me, like, this guitar. And I was all like, oh, you assholes.
Dude,
like,
that's fucked up.
It was crazy. But I got an amp, a cable, a guitar, and a songbook cord. Because I just wanted to be Kurt Cobain, I really was obsessed with Nirvana. And but then for the whole time I had a guitar, nobody ever showed me anything. I would just practice what the chords would sound, but I didn't know how to tune. This is before the internet or anybody, or like I didn't know what a tuner was.
You didn't have like one of those little flute things even?
Shit, I would just play a D chord, and that's what I heard in my head. And then you would try to strum the chords together, but I'm like, why isn't it sounding like Alanis Morissette or whatever I'm hearing on the fucking radio at the time? Like, how do you get from this to sounding like something?
Dude, when I first started playing,
long time.
I got a guitar magazine, and I found the Fender Squier advertisement, and I was like, oh, that's the same guitar I have. And I looked at the position of the tuners, and I was like, okay, they need to be like that. And I turned mine exactly like what the picture looked like, and I was like, yeah, that's in tune. My friend came over and was like, dude, this is so off. He's like, how do you know this isn't the same as this? Bow. And I was like, dude, you're messing up my tuning.
Oh no, I've seen your video of you being completely out of tune.
Oh, when I first started, I still don't have a very good ear pitch thing.
I'm decent. As long as one string's in, I can do it, but obviously the hardest string is always the B for me. Just for whatever reason, just doing that string it's the prettiest note, like a B minor.
The chord
to me is like the pretty one of the most beautiful chord, but just that note and tuning it to it is weird. But as long as I have a good E, I could tune up pretty good.
Dude, the way they tricked you like that, when I was like 11 or 12, one of my good friends wanted to start playing too. So his parents bought him a guitar for his birthday, and he had a big birthday party. He didn't know he was going to get the guitar, but they wrapped his amp and his guitar separate, and they just gave him the amp at first.
Oh.
And he opened the amp up, and he's like, what is it? And me and his mom were like, I knew it was going to happen, so I knew I was in on the joke. But he's like, what is it? And we're like, it's a guitar amp. And he looked at his mom, he's like, but I don't have a guitar. Yeah. And like he looked like he was about to cry, and we're like, no, go in the other room,
Yeah.
And in the other room, in the living room, on a stand was his red Squier Strat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so then he like exploded, he freaked out, but it was so funny because he like almost started crying.
But I don't have a guitar.
Like, don't fool your kids, you gotta just get him a guitar.
But yeah, but when you first start out, it was such a struggle. Like, I've never taken a guitar lesson a day in my life. Not a single one. Well, that's a lie. Took one. I was in the 6th grade, and I show up to this thing. It was like an in-school thing, like a school music teacher that teaches people how to play the fucking recorder and shit.
Yeah.
And he's
like,
the flute, yeah, whatever. And he's trying to teach me how to play like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Mary Had a Lamb, or like Yankee Doodle.
Oh my gosh, you still remember it?
Yeah, but no, he was trying to teach us. I did that for fun because I wanted to do like a death metal. Like
whoa, that's funny.
Well, Yankee Doodle, I thought it'd be a really funny thing.
Bust out the
Dude, we could do
that.
it for fucking 4th of July. It'd be fun.
Oh, that's very 4th of July. I'm down. We're doing a 4th of July party. We're going to do all American themed songs. American Badass, Star Spangled Banner, Don't Tread on Me.
Was it American Pie?
Girl? American Pie.
I don't know if
we dropped American Girl.
Yeah, maybe bring the party down.
Dude, Tom Petty always kills the party vibe for some reason.
Dude, that's my fault. Halloween. But it was the Ghost
It's happened twice, I think, to us now, hasn't it?
No, I didn't play
St. Patty's, didn't we do one too?
Not a Petty song, no.
No, I didn't.
So, anyways, but he tried to teach me how to play this shit. Like these, like whatever. I was like, dude, I want to learn "Smells Like Teen Spirit," man. Like, I want to learn how to play like an actual fucking song. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh no, you got to learn to read music and you got to learn these notes. And I was like, nah, bro, that's not what I'm into. That's not what I want to do. And what do you know at freaking 11 years old? Like, even.
Well, I tell people all the time when parents are like, I want to get my kids in music. I always say, like, don't get them into guitar lessons where the guy's going to tell them scales and chords, because no 11-year-old wants to learn that.
You want to learn songs.
You want to learn songs. That's what's going to motivate you to keep playing.
And so I was like, no, man, I just want to learn songs. And so for the longest time, I just kind of wrote my own stuff. Like, just eventually somebody showed me how to tune a guitar.
You actually know how, because it's so off tune right now.
Well, whatever.
It's that B string.
It's that damn B string. But eventually you progress into, like everybody does, learning the chords and actually being able to put them together. And then this crazy thing happened in like the late 90s. It's called the internet. And we discovered these things called guitar tabs. And instead of, going to the store and just looking at Guitar World and Guitar One and Guitar whatever, like how you have a million of them back here still, right? That's what we used to do, but you know, as a kid, I couldn't afford $6 for a guitar magazine. So, you know, you would either rip the pages out, like, come on, like we've all done it, or like try to steal a magazine, or you just try to look at it while you're at the store and then go home and try to remember.
And it's always like frets off, a string off. You're like, I think it was like
then,
this, 6 and 9 or something.
And then eventually, like, you meet somebody that has the internet and
they have like a fat stack of shit they printed out, and you're like, let me have those.
Yeah, and then like everybody's like, dude, you don't know these things, guitar tabs, you can find them online now, you don't have to spend money. And then I learned how to read tab, and that was it. Like, the first song I ever learned was, ever learned from tab anyways.
That you wanted to actually learn too?
Was Everlong by Foo Fighters. Yeah. And then My Own Prison by Creed. Don't fucking hate. Don't hate. But Creed's an awesome band. Mark Tremonti's the fucking king. This guy, we're trying to get this guy into Mark Tremonti. So
I used to like Creed when I was in like 9th grade.
Everybody, he's a Metallica, Van Halen guru, knows everything about him. But subscribers to this guy, which there's a million of them, you need to message this guy and tell him you need to learn some Alter Bridge songs.
What's the best Alter Bridge song, guys? Let me know. Put it in the comments.
Alter Bridge, Creed, or his actual solo work with his dude, he has 4 like solo albums on Mark Tremonti. Dude, he's gonna destroy you. He would freaking out-shred you in a day.
I'll learn any. All right, let's have the Mark Tremonti challenge, guys. Give me the hardest song, and I'll learn it in one day.
Oh no, you ain't gonna do that. Hey, it's out there though, guys. Mark Tremonti's the.
Feel free.
Yes or no, Mark Tremonti. All right, but yeah, just My Own Prison was the first one, and then it just kind of progresses from there. You know,
Yeah, I was a big fan of My Own Prison, that album, and then even whatever the second one was with like. Wish You Were Here.
No, it's
With Arms Wide Open.
With Arms Wide Open.
I like that one.
It was called Human Clay.
Yeah, I had both of those 2 albums, and I like the first one better. But I mean, I don't listen to them anymore. It would be pretty nostalgic though to do it.
Yeah, but whatever. Anyways, so you're gonna get on that. I'm glad we threw out that challenge because you're gonna finally. Learn some Mark Tremonti.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
I can't do it. I suck, so I can't do this.
You don't suck.
Well, I can play his Creed stuff because that was kind of like mellowed out stuff. But a lot of his Alter Bridge stuff and definitely his solo work is just him, just full beast mode, man. Just savage as fuck, just killing. Dude, he's good.
All right, I'm gonna look into it.
Anyways,
no, I want to throw that thing up on the wall.
Yeah, man.
Get that up there.
That's.
The V is going down.
No.
Oh, the first chip. That's never fun. It's on camera too.
It's all good.
I'm gonna turn this thing a little bit. Damn, gold. That looks pretty cool up there.
I know, man.
Huh. Every time I put a cool guitar up there, I always say, I think I might have to get one of those.
Well, you have one, but it's actually the 4th of July style.
The red one?
Yeah, I might play that one over there.
You might?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a little bit more. I guess gold is. Is gold patriotic?
It seems like it to me.
It should be.
When I last year when we did the 4th of July party, I remember saying I need to paint up a red, white, and blue Van Halen guitar, and I was like, I'll do it by next year. Haven't even thought about it since then.
Dude, that would work.
A couple weeks away. Yeah, instead of the black stripes, do the red, do blue right there, and then the red and the white, like that one over there, but just blue instead.
But it'd be like a guitar you play once a year.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
You gotta be able to play. I have enough guitars around that I could just spray one up in like the next 2 weeks.
If you want, that'd be pretty.
Maybe, we'll see.
All right, man.
So you're a big fan of grunge, and do you even call it grunge?
Yeah. You have to. I mean, if you want to put music in a box, which it never should be, but it's the only way to relate to anything.
So people know what you're talking about?
So people know what you're talking about, but yeah, absolutely. That's what got me playing guitar. I was born in 1984, so I'm 33 years old, the Trip Tray. And when I was growing up, all I remember was Michael Jackson and hair metal, Motley Crue, Poison, never really heard Metallica too much because I was like East Coast. I grew up in Florida, so it wasn't. I don't know if it ever really translated out there. I don't know why, but didn't really hear much of it. But it was like MC Hammer, and it was just a bunch of rap, like type stuff. And then when Smells Like Teen Spirit hit the radio, I mean, I was 7 years old, 8 years old, all over MTV, like, and I was like, what the F is this? Like, this is my, like, what is this? Like, this is completely different, doesn't make any sense. You got freaking, Hammer style people doing these dances with windbreakers, whatever, and you got this guy wearing long, because nobody looked like that in Florida. It wasn't even a thing, You got Seattle to Florida. You can't get any further apart, you know what I mean? So it was like, what is this creature, this stuff, like...
Who is this guy?
Like, what is this stuff going on? What's going on? And then, it was at the same time, like, because all I knew for hard rock, like, that was even remotely kind of dirty, which I thought was Guns N' Roses, like Appetite for Destruction, and, like, but it wasn't even dirty. It was dirtier than, like, Poison and Motley Crue wearing makeup and stuff, though I don't think Guns N' Roses wore makeup, I don't think, but they were cooler, Appetite for Destruction and Paradise City and Welcome to the Jungle and that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. But Nevermind completely changed my entire life, that album. It was the most amazing thing. I was in the 5th grade, and completely just blew my mind, and that's all I ever wanted to do. I wanted a guitar for the moment I saw that. That's all I wanted to do, was learn how to play Smells Like Teen Spirit and be Kurt Cobain, and yeah.
That's why I'm more surprised you haven't had another Strat before this, because he was a Strat guy, right? Or he plays like Mustangs and weird stuff?
Mustangs and Jaguars.
What do you have over there? What's that one?
That is why I got that one, believe it or not, because Mustangs are really hard to find. I don't want to step on this stuff, but I got this a few years back because I just wanted an offset guitar, super bright, super raw, nasty. Finally restrung it. I haven't played it in forever.
Have you been playing it lately still, since you restrung it?
I played it last week. But this is a short scale. Kurt Cobain loves short scales. He played a lot of Jaguars, a lot of Mustangs, a lot of Strats, but his go-to was the shorter scale, the Jaguar and the Mustangs. And this isn't exactly what he played, obviously, and it's got P90s. He didn't play any P90s or anything, but I love the way it looks. I love the way it sounds. I love the way it plays, and it was on sale, so fuck it, right? But
was that just you went in there and you saw it and you wanted it?
And I saw it, and I think it's a modern player Jaguar. I don't know. It's a freaking China-made thing. I think it was like $400 some odd. I don't even remember, but it is kind of. It's not necessarily a Nirvana sounding guitar. Like the Strat would probably be a little bit better for that. But it is kind of Nirvana looking, I guess, to a certain extent with the offsets and stuff like that. But I've always wanted a Jaguar, and I saw it, and instead of spending $1,200 on, like an American one, just...
What is it? I've never even seen made in China Fender, but it's modern. I've seen early 90s ones.
I think it's a modern player Jaguar. I mean, plays phenomenal, sounds great if you like the P90 sound. I think it's the only guitar in this entire house that probably has P90s in it.
I think you're right.
So I don't know if anybody ever plays P90s. I'm sure your subscribers, I'm sure they know what it is, but it's super bright, harsh attack, not harsh, but just bright, ripping, hot, noisy, just ridiculous. You can really go over the top with them. So you definitely want to probably rock and roll.
Hold it up real quick. What happened right here?
All this stuff. This was me being unemployed, right? I used to work for the power company here in SoCal, and I got laid off. And when you don't have anything to do and all you're doing is playing guitar, and you're wishing, like, I don't know, it's just boredom, I guess. You just take a lighter to it.
That's crazy.
I just wanted to distress it, and I saw some stuff online about burning the guitar, and I got drunk one day, smoked a lot of cigarettes, and decided just to take a lighter to it. We've all been there. You guys know what I'm talking about. And it was such a cheap guitar that I know I'm not going to get rid of this. I'm not going to try to sell it. But if anybody was offering, that I just knew I could do whatever I want to because I'm not going to give it up. I just knew it's not like this one. I would never do that to that one. That's actually worth some money, resale, like, you know, own that thing for 10 years and maybe get rid of it. You're not going to own this thing for 10 years and it's going to just balloon in value. You know
yeah, it'll be one of those guitars you have forever that's worth a few $100. Not really worth it to sell it because what are you going to do with 300 bucks or whatever?
It was more worth it to me to kind of make it my own and just make it different. And
how long did you have to torch it for to make it look like that?
Bro, a long time. Like, you don't... Look how thick the lacquer. I don't know if you guys won't be able to see that, but
yeah, it's super thick.
It's so
I'll show them a
thick.
little bit.
I don't know if you can, but this stuff took forever to burn through.
Look at that. That's crazy.
Forever. You're talking like, it takes like 5 minutes of just holding a lighter like this, just trying not to burn yourself, and just like before it all starts popping. And
I thought you were using like one of those like long lighters, like you're just like sitting back.
Like, I had a lighter
your
like this.
Bic's about to blow up.
Dude, I was holding it and I was just like doing this forever, and it just like, it starts to pop and flake, and then next thing you know, eventually you'll start catching fire a little bit, but dude, it probably took like a couple hours.
Did you do this inside or outside the house?
Outside. I was on my patio. My girlfriend would have killed me at the time. She would come home to just like some freaking stank house.
Or no house.
Yeah.
Just ashes.
Oh, come on.
Hey, what did you do? I wanted to light my guitar on fire, so that happens.
But this right here was my main guitar for
you can just stick that thing in your pocket if you want.
Yeah, it keeps falling out. But it was my main guitar for a very long time. I probably played only this guitar strictly for like a year. And that's when I kind of developed the sound I wanted, was through this guitar, through guitar amp, my Marshall, and my Ampeg.
This one here, huh?
Yeah,
Marshall.
so that one, and then my Ampeg bass amp. So I started splitting my signal, and that's kind of how the sound I heard in my head came out, is where I would play through the guitar amp, distorted, and I would have a pitchfork or a pog pedal where it would, you got the harmonist.
Boss harmonist.
Yeah, same thing, where you would split the signal through the bass amp, and then you would kind of be able to just riff out.
Do you have like an A/B switch on your?
Yep, I do. It's not on my pedal board right now because all the stuff we do doesn't
use that anymore.
Doesn't use that. But if I'm playing by myself, it's all. I have it right now, but it's always just splitting the signal and running something kind of just mixed where it has a super heavy, distorted, fuzzy thing coming through. And this guitar does a really good job on it. And then, this is the main thing for
that thing's weird.
Long time.
Which one's your favorite? Do you have a favorite of all your guitars?
No.
They're all so different. He's got hollow bodies. He's got an SG, the Strat. You got an acoustic. You got.
Well, if I had to pick, my favorite guitar would be the acoustic, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because it's what you play the most. I mean, I personally play the acoustic the most, I think. You don't, because you have 18 million electric guitars and you fucking shred, like, whatever. But when you're just up in your room trying to get laid, like singing to chicks or whatever, you're not really busting out a fucking...
I am. Check out this arpeggio.
Yeah. Sweeping. No, I probably... But also my style is... Because if you ever heard me play I play really hard. It's the same way it translates to electric, which is probably not good because you're supposed to have that light touch,
That's what they say.
But I play super just really nasty and hard and unprofessional, I guess.
Rick Graham says you're supposed to use the least pressure to get tone.
Yeah.
So just so you're really efficient, but I hit hard.
Yeah.
Or play hard.
I play hard as fuck, and but that's probably from never having a lesson a day in my life. And then never really playing in a bunch of bands and just playing by myself. But
that's part of what makes you have your style. Because if everybody took lessons and everyone played the same, then no one has a style.
Yep.
So I also like that your guitar collection other than the two hollow bodies, they're almost all completely different guitars.
Just completely different.
Whereas I've got like duplicates. I got 2 Explorers. I got 4 of the same exact Jackson with different pickups. I got 2 Wolf. Like everything's duplicates.
For me I wouldn't say I'm a fan of all genres of music, but I'm a fan of all different styles of rock music, right? I'm not a big rap guy. I'm not a huge country guy unless it's old school country. But if it's rock music, you can't play all rock music on an Explorer. You need single coils, you need P90s, you need a hollow body, you need an SG, you need, the only thing I don't really have is like a Gibson, like Les Paul. Mm-hmm. But I mean, the SG is it's got the humbug,
Yeah.
similar stuff. But
maybe that's what's next. Do you know what you want next? I mean, you just got that guitar.
yeah, an ES 335.
Oh. Yeah. What color would you want?
Sunburst, probably like this. Yeah, that, or they make a really cool one. I don't know how to find them anymore, but there was like a military green, like an olive drab, like really cool looking one, ES335. But whichever one I can get, but they're just so expensive. That's why I have the 2 hollow bodies there, just the Ibanez Arcors. But just because I can't justify spending $2,000 on a guitar right
It's
now.
tough, man. I've never done it yet. I mean, I would rather buy 2 $1,000 guitars.
Yeah, I mean,
because a $1,000 guitar is really nice.
To me, I mean, I don't know if you want to put it out there, but what's more important, a super expensive guitar or a super expensive amp, or just going all out on your pedal board? Because I firmly believe you can take a $400 guitar and a $500 amp, and if you get the right effects, you can do anything you want to do. I mean, your tone is phenomenal, but you don't have, I got a $5,000 setup. You know what I mean?
My head is $350.
Yeah,
and people compliment my tone all the time. It's not an expensive amp.
So you guys are watching. It doesn't take much to really get a good sound, but it's 2018. You don't need to spend $10,000 on a guitar. One, it's not going to make you play any better.
Yeah. At some point, they do get where they play better. Like $600, $800, they start playing really nice.
For me, I look at it more of it's like buying a nice car. Yes, to a certain extent, but I think it's Neon Deion Sanders, my favorite football player of all time, used to say, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. So I think part of the thing about buying a beautiful American 60th anniversary Strat is it doesn't necessarily make your skill set any better or make you sound any better, but it will make you play better, because if you look good and it makes you feel good, and if you feel good, you're going to play good. So if you really dig what you're doing, then it's going to translate into your music. Like, if you pick up some guitar that you're just not into, like whatever, you're not really going to be passionate about, but if you pick up like a brand new Explorer, you're just going to start going, oh my God, where have you been all my life? Like, how are my fingers doing this right now? I love it. It's more of a mental thing. And yes, certain amps create certain tones and certain pedals create certain things, but there's so much stuff out there that it's hard to decide about what you want to do. And one of the greatest quotes I've ever heard from anybody in my entire life was Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. The dude said, I think it's on Guitar Moves, YouTube it or whatever, but I was listening to an interview. He's one of the most original bands of all time, but there's so much stuff out there, but his quote was, play what you want to hear. Don't try to sound like other people. Don't try to emulate other people. Unless you're in a tribute band or doing stuff like this, like where people want to hear the exact thing. But that's a different thing. But if you're
trying to be a creative side, writing your own music, and
if you're in the creative side, it's play. Don't give a fuck about trying to. Oh, dude, I really want to do I want to sound like James Hetfield, but I want to be in my own original band. Like, no, that's Hetfield. You're not Hetfield.
We have Hetfield.
Yeah, we have a Hetfield. Be your own person. So. But there's so much stuff out there that you can actually become your own person change a little knob here, change a little knob there, get a different pedal here or there, like kind of figure out what you want to hear when you're playing. And I think that's the struggle. And once you find that out, then the music will kind of just pour out, as long as it's like what you feel. You know what I mean? Like, so, but that's the struggle. Is kind of figuring out your path in the thousands of bands and songs and everything. It's like I feel like being a copycat is the easy way out, man. It's like trying to be who you are, you know, be original.
I heard a quote from George Lynch that was awesome about tone, and he said tone comes from the 3 H's: your hands, your heart, and your head. It's not always, because like you can hand me some other guy's guitar and I'm going to be able to do a lot of the same stuff. It's about how I palm you, how I attack, my phrasing, and what the things that are natural to me, for me to play. Your
habits, like what you do. That's why like you can look up all this stuff, habits of Eric Clapton, habits of Jimi Hendrix, habits of, you know, Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, they always do this thing, and then you're like, you know? Oh, damn. And
then you pick up a little bit of that stuff, but then you kind of take that and you go like, wow, that just kind of blew my mind. Like, I didn't know that's the way, you know, people do certain things. But then you make it your own. Just because somebody does it, that's their thing. Try to find your own thing, you know? You know.
I stopped listening to Rage Against the Machine as much for a few years because, like, I don't know, just kind of moved away from them. And then I got back into their music, and I didn't realize how much of their feel and sound I absorbed into my playing.
Dude.
Like, they're deep in my DNA.
Dude,
Tom Morello.
Dude, Tom Morello, props. Genius. I've told you this before. I'm going to tell everybody else. My 2 biggest guitar influences ever is Mark Tremonti. Even though I can't play a fucking thing he does, he's a songwriting genius, melody maker. He's phenomenal. I love everything he does. But as far as what I feel, dude, Tom Morello, man. That's why I bought a Telecaster. The real thing, that little light blue thing over hanging in the back. But that's why I bought a Tele, is because I wanted to be Tom Morello. Like, once I got over my Nirvana phase and just over power chords and, you know, that type of stuff, and really listening to like heavy riffing and rock music with what is this wah stuff going on? What is it? Blow your mind. Like, Tom
doesn't
Morello.
even sound like guitar sometimes. It sounds like a DJ sometimes. Dude. Sometimes it sounds like a synthesizer.
But look at how original that guy, he would pull out his stuff and be like, you know, you do it with the kill switch, but that guy would be like, you know, slapping stuff and sliding with a whammy pedal. Like,
I think in People of the Sun, he takes out the Allen wrench for the locking tremolo.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's scratching it with. The Allen key.
Yeah, but that's the originality I'm talking about. It's like that dude does more shit on guitar, that more unthought of stuff, because he didn't want to be like anybody else. He wanted to be his own person. So that's probably why he's definitely in my top 2. I mean, I don't know if I have a favorite guitar player.
Do you have a top 4, like your Mount Rushmore?
Of guitar players?
Or of musicians, or just like bands even? You can, you know.
Oh, bands?
Like your influences, like what makes you you?
Well, number 1's Nirvana. Number 1 favorite band of all time, Nirvana. Got the tattoo here. This is going to throw a lot of people off. My number 2 favorite band of all time is 311.
Dude, they're good.
311. I just like how they've been the same since day one. I've seen them in concert 6 times. Love everything about them.
Dude, they're one of those bands like we were talking about in the early, mid-90s. Not early, I guess mid-90s probably. That one, their green one with like the aliens all over the front of it. Their album came out with All Mixed Up and Down. And,
Sound System.
Dude,
I think. Yeah.
So good.
But, dude, they're just so original. And that's what I like about it. The originality of rap, rock, reggae mix, which... We live in SoCal. I grew up in Florida. Like, who doesn't like some reggae every now and then?
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a little rap? Who doesn't like a little rock? And they do it in this perfect kind of blend. And they all live locally. Like, you know, Chad Sexton, the drummer, lives in Fillmore. S.A. Martinez lives in Ojai. All the other guys live in L.A. They're all, like, right here. So it's like... It's pretty crazy, but that band is, you know, from Omaha, Nebraska, where you wouldn't even think.
I didn't know they were from Nebraska.
Dude, they're from Nebraska, and they just come out with this crazy. And 311 is the police code I've looked into is like the we got a 311 in progress, whatever. It's public nudity.
Oh.
Is like their thing. So they're funny guys. They write great songs. So number 1, Nirvana. Number 2, 311. And then from there it gets really picky, right? Like, obviously Metallica is going to be in my top 10. I like a lot of old school bands. Zeppelin for sure, the Beatles. Sabbath's probably in there. Even though I can't play any Sabbath stuff, I respect the fuck out of it.
Do you like Sabbath with Ozzy or Sabbath with Dio?
Ozzy, man.
Yeah, I think, to me, Ozzy's the original, but there's a couple songs with Dio that are so good.
Yeah. But it's just, Tony Iommi, the dude wrote some of the best riffs of ever, and he's got like 2 missing fingertips.
Yeah, he's got like tips missing, right?
Yeah, you were like, dude, it's just insane what that guy can do. They created a genre of music that all your fans and all us fans are. Dude, you owe it to Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
If you're not a Black Sabbath fan, you're doing yourself some injustice. If you like any type of hardcore metal music, anything like this, which is 99.9% of your subscribers,
maybe 100
is going to be
maybe
watching
100%.
this. If you don't like Black Sabbath, something's wrong with you. You need to go back and start listening because
start over.
It is start over.
Start over
because they started it all. The tritones, like the down, 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 down. Like just.
Dude, Tony Iommi is the riff god.
Yeah, so you have to respect it, and obviously people they've done it faster. They might have improved upon it, but they started a genre. You know what I mean? It's really hard to start a genre of music. Like, Nirvana wasn't the first grunge band, but technically
they blew it up, right?
Yeah, but there's other things before that, before they got famous, but they're the ones that made it famous. So, they kind of started a genre. It's like, Metallica wasn't the first thrash band, but they
were maybe the best and the hardest working.
That's what I'm saying.
So they rose to the top.
But so everybody, you don't really know, can't trace the origin of thrash or can't trace the origin of grunge to a certain extent. You can trace the origin of fucking heavy metal. And it started with fucking Black Sabbath. Like, nothing before it was really the same. Nothing after it was everything upon it was just kind of built upon the foundation they did. So, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Beatles, Nirvana. And then it's all these just bands that just kind of like are just sentimental bands,
Bush.
Bush.
I love Bush,
dude. Live, fucking Alice in Chains.
Yeah, but Alice in Chains, man, they got next level writing. They are so good. Rooster.
So out of tune, but it's a drop G is what it is.
Where's the acoustic?
Yeah,
busted out acoustic.
Yeah, I got it somewhere, but dude, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. I wasn't the biggest Pearl Jam fan. If you guys are Pearl Jam fans, forgive me, but I
love Pearl Jam.
I never learned a single one of their songs other than trying to learn Yellow Lead better, like we talked about earlier. But it just, I don't know. There's something about them that just never connected on the emotional level of like Black Hole Sun with Soundgarden or fucking, Rooster, Man in the Box type. Those songs just had something.
Dude, Alice in Chains, Sunshine. When Sunshine comes in that chorus, it slows down. It gets, holy shit, that is heavy.
And there's a lot of, and I like a lot of fucking just ridiculous generic stuff, which we all do. We all like the.
We like 90s?
Yeah, 90s just stupid songs like Closing Time by Semisonic. I like Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something. I like all these kind of just weird zombie. Like, who doesn't love that song? Like, when it comes on, very rarely do you skip it. Like, you're like, oh, I haven't heard this song in a long time, I'm going to listen to it. It's just, it makes you feel good, it brings you back, and I like being brought back to like when music was actually music. And you actually had guitar heroes, and songs were really good and well written.
Dude, the MTV days.
Yeah, and nowadays, I don't watch. Is there even MTV? Guys, is there MTV? I don't even know.
Yeah, but it's like pregnant girls and like Jersey Shore and stuff. I don't think Jersey Shore's on anymore, but like stuff like that.
No, they brought it back.
No way.
I think they brought it back, right? I don't know.
What are they, 40?
Dude,
they gotta be. They're way older than us.
I don't know about that. Right? Yeah, I don't know. Fuck.
A couple. Maybe they aren't. Maybe I was just off.
But dude, I just really like nostalgia. Like, I really do love when you hear a song and it just takes you back to something that's just first time I ever heard like Tom Petty, like for real, you know, Free Fallin' and stuff, or a Last Dance or something, like as a little kid, like hearing and stuff, and like, you know, let's get to the point, let's smoke, you know, or roll another joint. Like, I'm like, dude, are my parents gonna say something about this? But they're singing along with it, and you're like, my parents are potheads. Holy fucking shit! Like, you just realize that, like, you know, or hearing like STP right now. Interstate Love Song, okay, that's the top 10 band for me. Absolute STP. Interstate Love Song is one of my favorite songs of all time. Easy. Absolutely.
This isn't that. That's Plush, right?
That's Plush right there, but remember at Holly's birthday? The guy was playing Interstate.
Oh, yeah, at that
Love
bar,
Song.
we went and this guy's playing acoustic guitar and a stool. We're all shit-faced. We had no business being in public at this point.
Yeah,
but
we're bad.
Cody went up there to the guy.
He was playing Interstate Love Song, which is one of my favorite songs of all time. Perfect melody.
There's a video of that
music.
somewhere.
There's a video. I did. The only reason I even remember this happened is because somebody showed me a video. Because I don't remember anything about it. Is this guy was playing Interstate Love Song, and when I get drunk, I like to think I can sing, and so I just walk in on somebody's like acoustic like set with he's got a little PA and he's playing in a brewery, and I just grab the microphone. And we just start singing like. Lips to
He's
lips.
like right next to the guy. The guy's like,
Lips
all
to
right,
lips,
I guess.
And we just start singing Interstate Love Song because who doesn't want to just sing that song? It's phenomenal. So, but yeah, STP is, yeah, they're gonna be in mine. But.
Yeah, me too, man. I remember one of the first songs I learned when I had 4 lessons when I started, and the guy just gave me a sheet with just some handwritten tabs, and one of the ones on there was Plush, and one of them was Interstate Love Song. And Interstate Love Song was way too hard. It starts with this nasty bend on the second fret of B string. Like, when you're new, you can't bend the second fret of the B. Ooh, you jumped up to that C5. I like that. Or whatever that is, not a C5.
I don't remember, but it's good, something like that.
Dude, that's a good song. Before I even played guitar, my friend was into music. His dad was a guitar player. That's one of the reasons I started playing, because his dad had a Jackson, kind of like this black guitar here, but it was dark blue. And I actually have the exact same guitar now. I bought the same one. And he would bring over his dad's CDs and tapes, and me and my friend Michael would plug microphones into my karaoke machine and record tapes of us doing a radio show. It would be Mike and Mark on 95.5 KLOS. And hit Core, the album by Stone Temple Pilots. He had that, and I remember Piece of Pie and Wicked Garden.
Oh yeah, man.
Dude, so good. There was a couple songs on it, Dead and Bloated. Like the ones that aren't the big radio songs are also really good on that. That whole album straight through is great.
Creep is such a. Every time I hear Creep, man, it makes you want to like. It almost gets you really. I like emotional songs. Like that song, like when you hear the song, it's like you almost get this like.
Which one's Creep?
Half the man.
Oh yeah, that one is so good.
Just a day makes me want to stay.
Do you know that one? Dude,
that
song's badass.
Yeah, if I had my acoustic,
dude, grab that thing, play that right now.
I could probably figure it out. I don't know remember the entire chorus.
I don't think that mic's gonna go all the way over there though.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could carry this thing with you.
You want to take a break real quick?
Yeah, let's take a short break. Grab that thing.
To TBC?
TBC. Boom.
Bam.
We're back.
And we're back.
All right, gonna do some
TBC. Is that where we left off?
I think so.
So.
By the way, I might jump in on the singing. I don't want to hear your shit, guys. Cody and me have both experienced a little bit of hate on my Instagram.
Haters,
from probably
man.
none of you guys, but for sure there's a lot of haters out there. And Well, every time I sing, it's 50-50, man. It's half the people are okay with it and they say it's good, and then half the people are like, dude, you better learn how to harmonize. You better stick to guitar. Like, horrible things. You guys are pretty harsh and
just
ruthless.
Having fun, but like, I don't remember how to play the song exactly, so I'll do the best I can. I just picked up my guitar and we're back after taking a little pee break.
And grab another beer on this table.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I'm good. Cheers.
Cheers.
Forward yesterday makes me want to say what they said was real, makes me want to steal. Living on a house, guess I'm living on a mouse. All I got is time, got no reason just to rhyme. Take time with the wounded hand, 'cause it likes to heal. Take time with the wounded hand, 'cause it likes to heal. Take time with the wounded hand, 'cause it likes to steal. Take time with the wounded hand, 'cause it likes to heal. It likes to steal. I'm half the man I used to be.
This feeling's dawn, it fades to gray.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's all?
I don't remember.
Dude, what about Cumbersome? Let's hear some Cumbersome.
Sorry if I messed it up, guys, but I haven't played it in years. I don't even know.
We're almost an hour in. All the haters have dropped off by now. It's all the cool people left.
Cumbersome, yeah. See, 7 Mary 3, guys. 7 Mary 3. I'm from Florida. 7 Mary 3 is from a town called Gainesville, Florida. Just happens to be my hometown. So, did you know that?
No, I thought this band, when I first heard them, when I first got into like grunge and all that kind of music, I was like, I'd hear that song on the radio, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's not Stone Temple Pilots. It's not Pearl Jam. It's not, I don't think it's Alice in Chains, obviously. I was like, it's not Soundgarden. It's not one of those bands. Like, it's a huge song. And then I found out it's 7 Mary 3. Like, who is that? What is 7 Mary 3?
Come on.
Is that one of their other ones?
Yeah, it's called Water's Edge. Something like that. But you never heard Water's Edge? It was like their other kind of big hit. But anyways, she calls me Goliath, then I wear the David mask. Guess the stones are coming too fast for her now. You don't like to believe we can reconcile the past, with an ancient glance. Chorus. I have become cumbersome to this world. I have become cumbersome to my girl. You like to something.
I wish I knew the verses, man. I love that song.
I don't remember the whole song. With it. Too heavy, too light, too heavy, too light, too heavy, too right, the dancing down. It's cumbersome. Too heavy, too cold, she's wanting me less and I want her more. A bit of taste is cumbersome. Nah, yeah, no, no, no. No, 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 yeah.
We have a fire pit in the backyard, and once in a while, not all the time, because you don't want to be the guy who does that too much, but Cody will bust his guitar out when we're drinking in the backyard, and it's fun, man. I have a completely different style, so I appreciate this a lot.
There is a balance between two worlds, one with a narrow and a cross. The darkness of the balance, life has become cumbersome. Whatever, I missed the whole scratch.
On the acoustic.
On the acoustic.
MTV Unplugged.
They're just gonna re-edit this thing anyways, you know what I mean?
Oh, dude, auto-tune. We're gonna sound so fucking good. What's that guitar? How long have you had your Taylor for?
This is your basic entry level. God damn, I should have cleaned it. You guys see that? Like, that must be beer or soda pop or something.
Just spilled on it.
Just all over it. This
soda pop, by the way. That's Florida.
It's pop.
Just soda here.
It's just soda. Coke. No, in Florida we call it Coke.
Some people call it Coke here.
A Mountain Dew's a Coke. A Sprite's a Coke.
Oh, that's what my dad does, because my dad doesn't drink soda,
Coke.
so he's like, that's all just a Coke.
It's all just Coke. No, it's just a regular entry level Taylor 110. I basically got it to play and sound the way I want. I use super light strings, and I sanded down the bridge like a fucking motherfucker.
Yeah, it plays like an electric.
And
there's like little buzz, very little.
Because the worst thing about playing acoustic is the struggle with it. Struggle is good. Like, it's always good to have a little bit of struggle and fight, because maybe you dig a little bit deeper out of you. But also, when you don't play as much and you get hands in blisters after just playing for like 30 minutes, playing acoustic it's a workout. So I sanded the effing hell out of the bridge nut. I guess this is a nut. I don't know what they call it, just a bridge.
The bridge,
right?
Yeah, the saddle or the bridge or whatever.
Yeah, the saddle. So saddle, I just popped it out, got some sandpaper, and I just trial and error, just did it for like a couple minutes, put it back in, restrung the guitar, played it not where I wanted it, took it back out, sanded it back down. It took me about maybe an hour or so, and then it got to the point where this guitar, I've played, hundreds of acoustics. Nothing in this world plays as good as my guitar. So I will never get rid of this thing. It is what I love and I enjoy, but it definitely needs a little TLC for sure. But guys, again, you don't need. This is a $500, $600
Really, that's
Taylor.
it?
That's all. It's $600, I think. Maybe brand new. $600-$700 at the most. I keep going up. $4, $5, $6, $7.
$7,000 Taylor.
It's $7,000 Taylor. But guys, you don't need, a $3,000 Taylor guitar to sound good. Yeah, it's not acoustic electric or anything, but fuck, you can make it an electric guitar with even better pickups than they come with for like $100, So, it's whatever you feel and you play is, what it should be. But yeah, this is the acoustic that I probably play 75% of the time.
Yeah, I'd like that
and
guitar.
Guys, this thing will get you. So, Learn some acoustic guitar, like learn some like little jammy songs, little Counting Crows or something. Sha-la-la-la-la, yeah. Yep. And things happen. So all you need to learn is that. Just learn the cowboy chords, learn some 90s pop music, and you guys are good to go.
Let's. I want to show a couple of your guitar.
Sure.
Couple more. So we got this one here, the SG.
Yeah, that's the
one of the new ones.
Yeah, that is the. I don't know. I bought that right before our St. Patty's Day party because we were doing a bunch of AC/DC covers. And I've always loved the look of SGs. I've never really liked the way they played. But that is a special edition, like the 2018 special, with the mini humbuckers, natural wood finish, which is what I'm more of a fan of, is kind of the natural.
I never noticed 24 frets.
Yeah. Dude, it's a long neck.
What Gibsons have 24 frets? Most don't.
I don't know. But it plays like an absolute dream, and it's the same, guys. You pick up a guitar, you put your hands on it. It doesn't matter if it's an Ibanez, Gibson, Epiphone, LTD. Doesn't matter if it's a Mitchell or whatever they got going on nowadays. Like the Squier, it's all about how the guitar plays. And then if you love how it plays, then you can make it sound like anything you want. But you can always upgrade the hardware, always upgrade the electronics, always upgrade anything. So. But that guitar plays like a dream. It's kind of been neglected lately because I bought this one. But, it is... I never pictured myself as an SG guy or anything, but that thing absolutely shreds. And if you go on Mark's YouTube at, GuitarGuts? GuitarGuts on YouTube, you'll see me kicking his ass in a guitar shred-off.
Yeah, right.
With that very guitar. I only had it for about a week. And the only reason I lost that shred off is because I dropped my pick. Okay, and if you guys noticed that at the end of the video, I dropped my pick. So I'm looking around for a pick. Other than that, he would have got destroyed. All right, it would have been done. But
we'll do another one on 4th of July. How about that?
Yeah, we'll do another shred off. But
yeah, this thing's got a great neck on it, man. It's like a 60s neck, but it's like really flat, but it's also kind of rounded, like. It really feels a lot like my Gibson V. Same, very similar style. But 24 frets, and the frets are accessible. Like the stretch I could do on this easily, like comfortably, is 17, 19, 24. Like this thing is easy to get up high. That's really cool. I never really noticed that on this.
Yeah, it's a fun guitar,
Yeah, it even says right on the back, 2018 model. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but are they gonna? So what's going on? Is Gibson going away now? Because like they're weird bankruptcy and all this shit.
Guys, anybody got any insider information on Gibson? Because obviously they're the most. I don't know.
One of the two most iconic companies ever.
It has to be Fender and Gibson, right?
For electric guitars.
They're kind of what you want, and then Martin and Taylor for maybe acoustic guitars. But I mean, I'm personally a fan of Guild guitars. We've all been there. My ex-wife, okay? If you haven't been there, you're gonna be there.
50% of marriages.
All right. But my ex-wife's dad had a Guild from like the 1960s. Still to this day, bro. Such an amazing guitar to play. I've played some newer Guilds and stuff. Nothing is quite there. But dude, Guild, that guitar's got me sold on like a vintage Guild. At some point, I'm gonna find a vintage Guild again.
That's weird. I've never been a Guild guy. Obviously, it doesn't really suit my playing style. But like, I love old instruments, used instruments, but they're hit or miss. Like when you go and you want like a 70s or 60s instrument, who knows what's happened to it over the years, and it's hard to find one like that's gonna be as nice as that one, maybe. Yeah,
but. See, for you, like you do a lot of you can not necessarily repair guitars, but you can
restore them
to a certain extent. Like if it has a loose, pot jack or whatever,
you
that's can do all that stuff,
stuff
like knobs, and stuff like that. You do that. Like, I'm not a big solderer and like custom guy. You know.
Yeah,
like,
I've actually got good discounts on used guitars because the pickups don't work, and I play stupid. I go, I don't know. The guitar shop said it's going to cost me $120.
Yeah.
When really it's a bad solder joint. I found out it's not a bad pickup, and then just got a guitar for $120 less.
Yeah. So for me, I think I am a fan of Guild. They just don't make a lot anymore. I don't even know if they're still in business, but
I think they are. Yeah.
But they just don't do the thing. But
They gotta be.
But
What about your hollow bodies here? Which one do you like better? I think the red one, right?
The red is my absolute. It's a gem of a guitar, man. It is not necessarily but this thing, when I saw it, I am not a fan.
Hold it up and show them.
I am not a fan of the most ridiculous out there guitars. Guys, I know with the gold one and this one, it seems like I like a little bit of
gaudy shit.
Like some gaudy stuff.
What are you, Conor McGregor?
But honestly, I'm a big fan of the block inlays. I've always wanted block inlays. That's why that one with the inlay up here really sold me on it. And this one with the mother of pearl inlays, I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is
actually, that's abalone.
Abalone,
yeah.
This thing is not the most amazing guitar. I think brand new, they're probably around $600. It's one of the top of the line art cores, just an Ibanez. You know, you hear Ibanez, you think, you know, Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, like those crazy shredder style guitars. You don't really see these as, you know, the style. This is like made in Korea.
Korea makes great guitars, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I have a couple guitars from Korea. They're great.
But I will tell you guys, it's all about, like I said repeatedly, when you pick up a guitar and you sit there and you play it, and then there's something between your hands and your heart and your mind, right? Like the 3 H's, right?
Hands, heart, and head.
Yeah, hands, heart, and head. That when you play a guitar, you know, like something about it. This guitar, to me, when I picked it up, I knew this was like the future of what I wanted.
You vibed with it right away?
It was like, you know, high school sweetheart type thing. Like, you just knew it was like the one. I will forever be a fan of semi-hollow bodies. That's the sound, that's the look, that's everything I want. Gibson ES335, something that plays as well as this, because this plays better than any Gibson I've ever played. I don't know if it sounds better, I don't know if the electronics or whatever, but as far as playability and getting that really cool, feedbacky, mellow, jazzy tone with a shit ton of fuzz, this guitar will do above and beyond what you think it's capable of. It's noisy, but that's kind of what you get, you know. You're gonna, same with the P90 on the Jaguar, like it's noisy. Same with the single coils there, it's noisy. That one's not so noisy. But this guitar, guys, if you are ever in doubt about Ibanez and their playability, looks, everything about it, next time you're at a Guitar Center, go play one of those art cores, guys, because for less than $500 you can find a phenomenal guitar.
I'll vouch for that too, because that's one thing. You're not a shred guy, but your Taylor, your Strat, this guitar, that Ibanez right there, all have really thin, good, shreddable necks. Like good low action. You set your guitars up good.
They play like a dream. They're fun. They sound great. And everything's different. You know, like and that's what you want. You don't want to ever pick up, you're playing one guitar, you want to pick up another guitar, it sounds exactly the same. The reason why you switch guitars is because you need a different tone. You need something else out of it. And that's what I like to have. It's like when you grab something, it's just different. Different from the last thing you played. You get more inspired. Something happens between your hands, you know, heart and head. But this is, I was playing that guitar forever, and then I bought this one, and then I didn't set this guitar down. I still don't to a certain extent. Like, this is still my number one go-to. I just don't play it as much because it's in the house and I don't plug in and just rock out. But I would say 9 out of 10 times if I was just like jamming, this would probably be the guitar I would pick. Like, it's just, even over, I'm only playing those guys because they're new.
Yeah, you'll see once they settle into the crew how much you really play them.
I'm only playing those because they're new.
Because they do fit, like you're saying, the AC/DC songs.
Yeah.
So playing some David Gilmour stuff or like whatever else on a Strat, like that, it fits.
But this guitar, so I don't know if it's this guitar, but just this shape, this look, this feel. If I could find a Gibson ES335 that is right in this wheelhouse, but more like the sunburst color, or maybe like just flat black, green, something like that. But I don't really want to. Ooh, risky business, bro.
It feels solid, and I've got a couple of them, so if it falls, whatever.
Yeah, but they're all a little bit different, which is good.
Yeah, man, that's a diverse setup of guitars right there.
But what do you guys think? You know, should you just have all the same guitars? Every guitar is a tool. Every tool has a purpose. I think they all serve different. Every single one is a different pickup selection, different fretboard, different.
Dude, look at that. They're all completely different pickups.
Yeah. It's every guitar will sound different when you plug it in. Every guitar will play just a little bit different. They all play phenomenal. But short scale to standard to the block inlays to, you know, it's just a wider bodies, narrow, longer necks. Like, so every guitar when you pick it up is going to feel completely different. And that's what I love about it. It's like if I was playing this one forever with a short ass body and that long ass neck, and then I pick up this one which has a massive body, like whatever, it's like, whoa, man, like this is completely different. Maybe I can get a different feel. So it is, yeah. But I'm all about being creative and having different noises come out of your mind and whatever. But yeah.
What's your favorite concerts you've been to? We'll end it on this because we're probably over an hour.
Yeah, well, whatever. Concerts, guys. Concerts.
I know you saw Metallica at least once. You told me.
My favorite obvious rock concert was Metallica. I saw them 2012 in Sacramento.
What tour was that?
Death Magnetic, man.
That was a long tour. That was like 2008 that came out, 2009. So they might have been just touring for a long...
No, it wasn't 2012. You're right. Because I moved to California in 2008. Had it been 2009. Had it been...
Okay.
It was 2009.
I was going to say, it's an 8-year tour. Holy shit, those guys.
Nope, it was 2009. Death Magnetic tour, Sacramento. Loved every fucking thing about it. They had like these green laser light shows, and it was like phenomenal. Dream come true.
Do you remember what your favorite songs they played were? Were you drinking?
Oh, dude, that's so fucked up.
Dude, I saw them twice this last summer, and one time I got drunk, and one time I got fucked up. And the fucked up time, I remember parts of it, but not as much as I wish I would have, man. But it still was so fun, such a good memory that if I could go back, I'd do the exact same thing.
I definitely want to see him again, but Death Magnetic is so underrated, guys. Should Mark do some Death Magnetic covers?
I don't think I've ever done a Death Magnetic cover.
Guys, we got to do Death Magnetic, right? Name your top 3 Death Magnetic songs. Obviously, for me, Unforgiven 3 is there. Broken, Beaten, Scarred. I really like that one. All Nightmare Long.
Cyanide, My Apocalypse. Those two.
Guys, it's a pretty thrashy song. So
End of the Line. Almost every single song. I don't really care for the I think is it Suicide and Redemption's the instrumental one?
Oh, the instrument.
It's a little long for me. I like it though still, but the rest of the album is so good.
It was such a comeback. It was a really good from Saint Anger, which we all I don't know. But anyway, so I did see them once. I would love to go see them again. I just work way too much. But dude, this is gonna sound fucking gay. Sound gay as hell. But my favorite concert I've ever been to, and I've gone and saw them twice, It's Dave Matthews Band, guys.
That's not that bad. I thought it was gonna be like something way worse than I thought it was gonna be like
The Creed.
Clay Aikens at Creed.
Nickelback. Dude, Dave Matthews, man.
I've heard they're so good live.
Because one, I won free tickets from the radio, and I went when I was a kid. I didn't know anything about Dave Matthews Band.
Crash into me.
I didn't know anything about them, but I got really good seats, and they were free. And I saw the band, and Vertical Horizon. I don't know. Google them.
I remember them.
All right.
Starting at 8.7.
You're a God, and I am not. That is whatever. And he's everything you want. He's everything. Anyways, long time ago, 90s shit. They opened for him, but dude, Dave Matthews, when I saw him, I was like, who the fuck is this? This band is amazing. Amazing. I was like, I didn't even like acoustic stuff. I don't like folky stuff. I don't like I didn't like any of that shit, dude.
Was that one guy? Who was that an impression of?
That's Dave Matthews. That's an impression of
Oh,
Dave.
I thought that was your Bob Dylan impression.
Oh, Bob Dylan. I don't even know. Dude, but Dave Matthews sounds exactly like he does on his records. The chicks love him. It was the first concert I was at. Instead of like blowing up beach balls, people were blowing up condoms and like tying them off and like hitting condoms around and stuff. Dude, and being like 17 years old, like seeing this shit was like really cool. And it's mellow. It's not aggro. People aren't trying to beat each other's asses. There's no fucking mosh pits. The most gorgeous women of life. You could take your girlfriend, your wife, your friends, and just have fun.
I think the next time they come around, I might bring my girlfriend and my wife with me.
Yeah, both at the same time.
Yeah, dude.
But it's just a good time. It's a good time. Other favorite concerts, so probably Dave Matthews. My second favorite concert was probably Zac Brown Band.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
I didn't even know you've seen any of these people
Dude,
live.
I've seen Zac Brown Band like 3 times live.
I don't know one Zac Brown Band song.
Whatever it is, guys, educate this guy, man.
No,
Come
not
on.
on this one. I'll take Mark Tremonti, not Zac Brown Band. Keep that one.
Guys,
keep that.
It's Zac Brown Band. Like, they're so fucking good. They're kind of like Dave Matthews with like a bunch of different band members.
They're like rock country, right?
They do. Dave Grohl produced one of their albums called The Grohl Sessions. You got to listen to some stuff, man. You need to educate your mind, bro. But it's
tough.
Yeah. But Zac Brown Band, I think I've seen them 3 times in concert, 4 times in concert. They're really good. But so that's the concerts I like to go to. If it's sentimental, like I've never seen the Foo Fighters, never seen Green Day, never
about
seen
Nirvana?
The Offspring. No. But never seen these idol bands that I have. They're on my bucket list.
Dude,
to go
like
see.
half of these guys have died in the last couple of years. Soundgarden, can't see that. Well, they weren't around anyways. But,
Yeah, dude, he was on a Soundgarden tour.
Really?
Yeah. You know, STP, I can never really see them again. I just procrastination, guys. So, guys, lesson be learned. All your bands, all your heroes, everything you do, shell out the fucking $50 or $60 when they're in your state. Get a Motel 6, drive down, go see these people because
You may never have a chance.
you may never get a chance, man. It really, like, so I have to go see the Foo Fighters. I definitely want to go see Green Day. Offspring's still doing their fucking thing. I have to go see the Offspring. But that's kind of like...
What about Alice in Chains? You ever see them?
But it's not the original.
I would still go.
They're touring right
That
now.
new guy's good. Not even new anymore. He's probably been in the band 8 years.
Oh yeah, he's been like this is like 3rd album or something with that guy. So.
Yeah, he's good.
But yeah, like I have to go see.
Have you ever seen any of the Pink Floyd shows live? David Gilmour or Roger Waters? That's on my bucket list. Van Halen's on my bucket list. Lately, I added Ghost.
You want to go see a bunch of 70-year-olds?
70? Yeah, I love 70-year-olds.
Yeah.
70-year-old old dudes jamming out though with lasers and yeah, I'm into it.
But see, their music, they can still do it.
Well, also Pink Floyd, a lot of it is a visual, lights, lasers, screens, and special effects, and then the music is calm enough that they can pull it off.
But,
dude,
anyways,
great podcast, man. Anything else you want to let the people know?
I don't know. I'm not a big guitar shredder or anything, but if you guys want to follow me or do whatever, I'll follow back because I'm not picky like that, you know.
So. Yeah, I keep telling him he needs to post more videos because you could easily record 5 songs on a weekend, easily, and then post them one day a week or whatever, and then you have enough cool guitars. This is less than half of them.
Yeah.
You have the Telly. You got this one.
Yeah, I
got a couple other ones around.
Yeah, a few more hanging around.
The bass.
I do have a bass.
But like, bass. Yeah, man, you got a cool arsenal of guitars, a lot of knowledge. You could sing.
Whatever. So if you guys want to follow me, go for it. Chicwitadic. You won't forget it. And then I'll follow back because I don't, whatever. And then stay tuned to this guy. I'm always on whatever. And
he'll be on Justice Month, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll do something stupid. And then look for the 4th of July stuff that's coming up. And yeah, he's doing great things. And I know I'm not the most shredder of a guy, but,
Not everybody has to be.
Not everybody has to be, right?
Yep.
So,
all right, cool.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks for watching, guys. I'm out of beer. I always run out of beer at the end of the podcasts.
I have a fresh one.
I'm good. It's a Coors Light. I mean, I'm not a beer snob. I'll drink a Coors Light. Last night I drank a couple because I ran out, but I got Golden Road, man. Golden Road, where are you at? Let's sponsor the podcast.
All right, guys.
Cool.
Later.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hey, thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I hope you check out my sponsors, Iron Age Accessories. If you go to guitarguts.com, at the top there's the banner. Click the banner and it's going to bring you over to their website. Type in GG-10 at checkout to get 10% off a kill switch. Also, the Amazon affiliate link, that's huge. Click on that, and anything you buy through Amazon will cost you nothing more, but it automatically puts my code in, and I get a little percentage. So help support Guitar Guts. I can get more cool equipment to make the podcast better, more video equipment. So anything you do to support the show is greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday.